figure this one out. There's a double. There's a third one. Hey, Sue? All right, you tell me what it is. Oh, what do we got? Hey, Sue!
Oh, my God. Oh.
The time is about 10 o'clock, Sue?
Yes.
10 o'clock, March 13th, Thursday night.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Look at that.
À l'autre bout de la ville, un caméraman amateur saisit la même scène sous un autre angle.
Jesus Christ, it's some kind of spear or something.
Oh, you got
shit.
There's another one too. Where? Oh, look at that. Woo, look at them. There's 4 of them. Look at there's 3 of them all together. Oh.
Another one just showed up.
Whoa. Maybe somebody's setting up.
And there's geometry behind this.
Massive span across pop-up.
People say they saw strange lights. A series of strange bright lights seen over the skies of Arizona gets a lot of people wondering what the heck
there's going to be a time where they're not going to be able to hide it anymore.
Major sighting here.
On the 13th of March. Weird happenings in the skies over Phoenix recently.
Major sighting here.
And now.
Sudden bright lights seen over the skies of Arizona gets a lot.
Massive span across pop-up. Massive span across pop-up. Massive span across pop-up.
Maybe thousands of Arizonans reported seeing a triangular-shaped object with 3 to
thousands of people saw more than stars in the night sky.
The mystery remains unsolved and controversial.
There was nothing there but blackness and these 3 amber orbs. The top orb started to dim as if on a dimmer switch. It didn't budge at all.
The people who saw the lights will say the lights were orange, they were bright, and they were big, and they were like nothing they've ever seen before. And there's been no official explanation.
Major sighting here. Major sighting here.
I've seen anything like this before. It was enormous. It was absolutely silent. And it was moving fairly slowly. I felt as if I could reach up and touch it. I felt as if I could reach up and touch it. I felt as if I could reach up and touch it.
Bright lights in a V shape flew from one corner of the state of Arizona to the other and turned around and flew back. 3 hours. Thousands and thousands of people saw it, were witnesses.
There was a Little League game going on, and they all saw it. The kids saw it, the coach saw it, the parents saw it.
Extremely low path through restricted airspace. And no one seemed to know what these lights could be or where they came from. Were extraterrestrial beings involved?
They were probably, I would say, a good, probably about 35 miles away. And from their size, it's really hard to determine, but I would say they were probably as big as 3 jets put together in length. They were really big, and they were moving very slow. They had to have been something strange, for sure.
The footage that revealed the most detail was shot later that evening by a physician who until recently remained anonymous.
But I did take 6 pictures in a row, and as it turned out, I caught this unexplained phenomena head on, turning into a V shape as the 3 orbs underneath were disappearing.
I'm a scientist, I'm an experimenter, we're a lab. I hardly ever had said it before that the pictures that we had tested could be an extraterrestrial spacecraft.
And I think that best explains the eyewitness accounts and the actual videotape that we have of them. I mean, we have pretty good videotape. You can see them sort of coming into this one after another, almost like there's a helicopter or a plane overhead that you can't see, dropping them one by one.
To determine whether the lights were flares or not, the technicians at Village Labs compared the optical properties of the lights to footage of military flares.
Our contention is that there is no scientific data that these could be flares. We came to the conclusion that they were orbs, that they were balls, that they were steady, they were consistent.
So what, according to Jim Dilatoso, are the Phoenix lights?
It's not flares, not A-10 aircraft in formation, not an Aurora aircraft, not a hologram, not a bunch of rich guys in It was an unknown. We couldn't get a match to anything.
Years ago, and standing out here and looking up there at the lights and the view, you would have been astounded. You would have been amazed.
Governor Simonton is referring to what is now known as the Phoenix Lights, an object videotaped by many and seen by thousands over several nights in the Arizona sky in 1997.
Major sighting here.
He held a news conference after the Phoenix Lights to announce the mystery had been solved.
And now I'll ask Officer Stein and his colleagues to escort the accused into the room so that we may all look upon the guilty party. Don't get him too close to me, please.
In the alien costume, the governor's chief of staff.
Now, this just goes to show that you guys are entirely too serious.
UFO enthusiasts were not amused, especially since the governor was believed to have seen nothing. But now he's coming out.
The lights were really brilliant, and it was just fascinating. I mean, it was enormous. It just felt otherworldly. In your gut, you could just tell it was otherworldly. It just felt otherworldly. In your gut, you could just tell it was otherworldly. Otherworldly. It just felt otherworldly.
Simonton will be talking about this in an updated film about UFOs called Out of the Blue. He has also talked with an organization that wants UFO information more out in the open.
It's very significant that someone of the stature of a governor would come out and say that they acknowledge that they experienced a UFO.
No official explanation.
Major sighting here. Major sighting here.